All right, and now the starting lineup for the Mill Creek Bullfrogs. Teams vying for the opportunity for the championship game tomorrow night at approximately 6:30 p.m. Right now, Van Oss has punched their ticket. Both boys and girls playing in the finals, and Asher trying to do likewise. No surprise with Van Oss, the sole Class 2A team in the tournament, with one Class A team in Clayton, and then the other six being Class B. Like to thank our coverage sponsor for tonight's live stream, video highlights, and then plays of the game that we will do in an entire tournament clip. Sparks Heat and Air and Pittman Oil and Gas Company. Thank you for making this opportunity available. And for those who cannot attend and cannot watch, we have on Prep Nation TV a recap of all the highlights of the games. All you have to do is just go to playlist, click subscribe on the home button. It is free, and you will be able to support what we do in small part. Anybody would like to sponsor game coverage in your area for teams or tournaments, please reach out to Greg Goodrich, 405-492-8825. Three-point shot is good, and it is Asher up 3-0 early on. Scores from earlier games today. Keep in mind, day one action was yesterday. Day two today, setting up losers and winners brackets. Bam, back-to-back threes to start the game. Nicely done by both teams. 3-3 tie. Games earlier today, Mill Creek 42-24 over Milburn and the girls. Wapanucka 59-48 over the Coleman boys. Eagletown 37-32 Clayton girls. Eagletown 80-20 over Milburn boys. Those are the losers bracket games, eliminating all four teams in a losing spot. Asher 40-25 Wapanucka for the girls to set them up for the championship game. Van Oss 73-50 over Clayton for the boys, likewise for them. Van Oss set 52-16 over Coleman for the girls. Wolves jumped out to a 36-0 lead. Coleman did not score until halfway through the third quarter. Went on 10 straight run. And then unfortunately for them, that began a streak back again for Van Oss. And they win comfortably. So as I alluded to, this is an opportunity for Asher and Van Oss to set up an all-Indian and Wolves matchup tomorrow for the championship games. Stolen by Asher. Here comes the speedster. Gets the shot up, misses. Rover on the rebound is backing up. No good. However, we will have a reach-in foul call. And we'll see if it goes against number one, and I believe it is. 8 games yesterday, 8 today. Tomorrow we get a little bit of a reprieve. It's been a super long tournament for those who work 8 to 10, 12 hours. It's one thing when you have multiple things to do. When you're doing 6 to 8 games in a row, it really kind of reaches certain parts that are exceptionally boring. The format for tomorrow, the girls will play at 11 a.m. and then again at 2 p.m. for third place, and then 5 p.m. for the championship game. For the boys, consolation game will be 12:30 p.m., 3:30 p.m. for the third place game, and then 6:30 p.m. for the championship game. And another shot is good for Asher. It is an early 5-3 lead. Rebound, Mill Creek with authority. We'll have a timeout called here. Not sure exactly if Coach just saw something he didn't like, but it'll be an 8-5 game. Halfway through the first quarter, Asher has led throughout after a opening salvo of teams exchanging three-pointers, 3-3. Bullfrogs crossing midcourt. Largest lead the game for Asher has been 5, and momentarily Mill Creek had tied it up 3-3. And And the game tightens 1 point lead now for Asher. Bulldogs with a nice post-up move. 1 point lead. Pass almost errant. Double pass into the paint. Disrupted by Mill Creek on the defensive side. Rebound and putback is no good. Rebound number 3 and putback number 3 no good. Flicks it back out, and it'll be Mill Creek with an opportunity to take their first lead of the game. Asher 8, Mill Creek 7. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the 2023 Coleman Christmas Classic. Mill Creek dodges a bullet there. They will maintain possession. The ball after the reach-in substitution package for Asher. Number 5 will head to the bench. Number 11 on the floor in his place. Deep pass to kick it back in. Bullfrogs will have plenty of time before the end of the first quarter. Set up their play, looking to get an isolation read. Spins, pivots. Mid-range shot is blocked. And nicely done by Asher. So keep your eye on that potential matchup of power forward / centers. Backdoor cut. Shot is just short. We'll have trying to see if it's a foul assessed. Yep, number 11 on the reach around, wraparound foul, I guess. So 2:23 remains. Putback is good, and Mill Creek has taken the lead, 9-7. Double pass, turns down the 3. Whips it back to the other side, looking to set up a pass into the paint. Not popping enough and roaming. There it is, right there, wide open. Just a gap in missed assignments is what that was. I was wondering how long it was going to take Asher to try that, because they've been giving up a really nice little socket right on the step-out box. We've got to be careful with that one. Just diverting a turnover. In it goes. So Mill Creek retakes the lead after the ring-a-ding 3. Inside he goes. Score it. Tie ball game once again. In the paint, pass broken up by number 23, hands on it. It'll be off him, so it'll be a Bullfrog ball, 40.8 seconds to go before the end of the first quarter. Once again, trying to set up an isolation read. Posts up again. This one anticipated and stolen. Ahead of the crowd, here he goes, number 11 scoring. Asher reclaims the lead, 14-12. Mill Creek crosses midcourt with just under 10 seconds to go. Looking to get some type of a lane assignment where he can split the ball and pass. Going to not get the shot off in time. Score 3-1. Asher 14, Mill Creek 12. Winner punches their ticket to the 2023 Coleman Christmas Classic Championship game, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow at Coleman High School. Three lead changes in the first quarter, 2 ties. Asher jumped out to a 5-point lead. After the opening threes between the two schools, it was initially 8-3. Mill Creek took the first lead 9-8, and then after that, multiple lead changes with Asher once again tying the game 12-12 and then taking the lead. Dangerous inbound pass for the Bullfrogs. They do get it. Again, crossing midcourt. Nice pump fake. Jump shot is on the mark. Beautiful stroke. Tie ball game. Whoops, correction. Mill Creek takes their third lead of the game after the three-point shot. 15-14 Bullfrogs. Drives to the paint. And once again, Asher back on top. Fun ball game so far. Nice juke move for the Bullfrog. Jump shot no good. Potential rebound goes the way of Asher. Here they come flaring down the right side of the court. Cuts into the mid lane. We're going to have a reach-in foul call. I believe that is going to be the second foul on number one. While we have a lull in action here, the games that we know that will be played tomorrow. The girls' fifth place consolation game at 11 a.m. will be Eagletown versus Mill Creek. The boys' fifth place consolation game at 12:30 will be Eagletown versus Wapanucka. The third place consolation game will be Coleman Wapanucka for the girls, Clayton for the boys. They will meet the loser of this game, and then Asher Vanos for the girls' championship at 5 p.m. Vanos boys await the winner of either Asher or Mill Creek for the 6:30 send-off, and that'll be your championship games tomorrow. Coleman and Wapanucka boys eliminated, or Colburn and Milburn boys eliminated from the playoffs this morning. And then the Milburn and Wapanucka girls go down in defeat. However, Wapanucka ends up being in the right spot, so they'll live to fight another day. But as is, Milburn and Clayton girls eliminated, and then Coleman, Milburn boys eliminated from contention. So after a frenetic pace, teams have kind of settled into a rhythm here, each team trying to assert dominance in the paint. Neither team having much luck on passing into the interior lanes. And as a result, we've had a couple of hack-a-shack style fouls. Nobody really getting anything as far as three-point shots or opportunities for three-point plays. And the free throw is good. Number 4 heads to the bench for the Indians, 21 innings plays. One for two, so both teams struggling at the line. Travel, yeah, I believe that is the call. 21 trying to push it off, but it's unfortunately a travel call. I think they're saying there's another wet spot. We'd had one just where the young man is for the kick in, and then they may toss a towel again, once again, to cancel the towel order. Young man over there bathing right now. You can see kind of a showering effect. So no towel forthcoming on the floor. Suffocating Asher defense causing problems for Mill Creek. Anticipates the steal. Here he goes, coast to coast, score it. Well, largest lead of the game has been 5 for Asher. It is back up to 4. Mill Creek has only led briefly a point each time, and then it has been a tie and or response by Asher to take the lead back again. 5:08 remains in the second quarter. You're watching Prep Nation TV. Inbound pass, Bullfrogs. They'll cross midcourt once again. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. A stifling, suffocating defense for Asher, forcing Mill Creek to the perimeter, not having much success even getting passes off. I think what they're going to have to do is some of those right there, perfectly called. When a team stays behind you, you have to shoot in front of them. And teams trade buckets back to back. Back to a 4-point lead for Asher. Jump shot is up, off the mark, no good. Rebound and put back, and it is now a 6-point lead for Asher, their largest of the game. And there is back-to-back plays. It has worked brilliantly. Going to have to do that until they can stop it. So Mill Creek finding a way to bust loose from the intense, kind of a almost just bull defensive style. Teams trade buckets back-to-back opportunities on each side of the floor. It's going to be foul called on the offense. So travel does not come into play as potential three-point swing. And Asher gets the ball back. 2.5 minutes remain in the second quarter. Mid-range jumper, no good. Keep an eye on number 21. He loves to do those long distance threes. Kind of lurches way back behind the line, trying to lull teams into thinking he's way back and too far, but he will put them up from there. And there it goes. Just off the mark, though. His first shot of the game. Saved by Mill Creek, so they'll have a nope. Going to say that it was out of bounds, so I stand corrected. 156 remains. And score it for Asher. 8-point lead. Top of the key shot is just off the mark. Mill Creek battling for an opportunity for the rebound, and they get it. Resets the play just a little over a minute to go in first half. Drives, dribbles, pulls back up. Not the best shot I've ever seen. Probably should have just dished off 233 and let him take a vertical tip in. Asher penetrates, dishes, drives. Shot is no good. Rebound, Mill Creek. Those of you that have watched PNTV coverage know Avery from Marlow, Oklahoma has got a doppelganger here on the floor tonight. Avery Payne, number 33, very similar in build, haircut, even looks. I mean, it's just almost uncanny, actually. Shot is no good. Your score at halftime, Asher 27, Mill Creek 19. Thank you for watching Prep Nation TV. Enjoy the halftime show. 10-point lead for Asher is their largest in the game, doubling up 5 and then 6 in the second quarter. Milburn unable to really get firing on all cylinders here in the third. We are inside of halfway to go. 3:33 your score. Asher 31, Mill Creek 21. I'd like to once again thank our coverage sponsors for tonight's live stream. Video highlights and plays of the game to the tournament. Sparks Heat and Air and Pittman Oil and Gas. Oh, beautiful, beautiful shot. Can't defend it, and all you can do is admire it. Really nice. And a blocked shot by Asher. Mill Creek just really, really falling apart here in the third quarter. Ooh, that was a hard spot on the floor. Bullfrogs got to get going here quick. Another missed shot. Pretty much been one and done for the Bullfrogs when they shoot and miss, and multiple shot opportunities for Asher. Very similar to the girls' game earlier with Coleman and Vanos. Another dagger, and it is a 16-point deficit now. So Asher inching ever closer to an all Asher Vanos championship Saturday for the boys and girls for the Coleman Christmas Classic. Roughly 10 minutes away from doing so and putting both squads in the championship game. We'll have a foul call. I think it's going to be against number 2, even though I think 21 was actually more on the back. 2 just pretty much had his hands straight up. But I guess it is going to be assessed against number 2. Free throw number 1 is good. And he nails them both. 37-23, Asher over Mill Creek. All right, this is part of the new rule change in Oklahoma that has not been necessarily controversial, just wasn't expected. Bonus now happens every corner with the reset of 5 fouls, and it's automatically 2 free throws without the 1-and-1. It does not carry over from quarter to quarter, so there is no half where you could potentially hit bonus in the first quarter and ride it all the way to the rest of the half. They reset the 5 each quarter, and that is the magic number for the 2 free throws. So he gets half of the 2-and-2, and it is a 13-point lead for Asher. 1 minute remains in the third quarter. Indians perfectly content to drain the clock, and right now it looks like it's going to be an all Asher Vanos championship tomorrow for the boys and girls championship games here at Coleman High School. Draining the clock now from a minute down to 30 seconds to go. And into 25. So Asher will hold for the first and last shot. They can afford to pretty much do whatever they want. They have built a 13-point lead, led by as many as 16 in the third quarter. All of that ball control. No point. So were it not for a reach-in foul, Asher would have lost possession of a ball that they had controlled from 1 minute and 9 seconds down to, in effect, 4 seconds. Into the paint, post-up shot is going to be good, and it ends up paying dividends. Through 3, your score, Asher 39, Mill Creek 24. You're watching Prep Nation TV. So right now we can project that your games tomorrow, everything will be girl-boy format. Fifth place consolation games will be Eagletown versus Mill Creek, Eagletown Wapanucka. Third place consolation at Coleman, Wapanucka, Clayton, Mill Creek. And the championship games right now we're projecting 5 and 6:30 will be an Asher Vanos double dip. Bulldogs had their opportunity. They had 3 lead changes in the first quarter. They got close again in the second when we were momentarily tied. Ever since then, it has been all Asher. They took a 6-point lead and turned it into 16, extending it late into the second quarter and halfway through the third. It'll be Asher ball to start the fourth and final quarter. 16 games now almost in the book for the 2023 Coleman Christmas Classic. There will still be 6 more coming tomorrow. And we'll have 2 free throws coming up. The Milburn squad, boys and girls, were eliminated today. And then Clayton and Wapanucka being the other 2 combinations of girls and boy teams. Or correction, Coleman and Milburn for the boys. Milburn and Clayton for the girls eliminated. So you never want to be a part of that stat. Milburn, the only school eliminated. Other teams have at least one team remaining, for the teams having both squad members available still to play. It's been an impressive performance by Asher. Really good ball control, good handling, good hustle, good defense. They've made necessary shots when they were presented. For example, perfectly illustrated right there. Just literally laid that one and dressed it up for him. When they've had the opportunities, they've made Mill Creek pay. They've won the battle of the turnovers and rebounds plus second and third shot opportunities and shooting at a higher percentage as well. All recipes for victory. Thank you to Beckman Oil and Gas and Sparks Heat and Air for being our coverage sponsor tonight. We've been very fortunate to have, over the last 11 plus years, a lot of local businesses throughout Oklahoma. I have previously covered Clayton for the Clayton Moyer Baseball Co-op that never just the high school itself, and then got Eagletown off my list as well. So congratulations to the Eagletown Eagles. You are team number 473 that Prep Nation has covered since 2011. 20-point lead for Asher. Back to the hoop. Another foul. Back at the free throw line. Double-digit lead. Well, there's not much else I can really add by way of commentary. It is self-evident and obvious. Asher just a superior team. It was a tight enough kind of just tit for tat, almost like post-nuptials instead of prenup agreement. We had a post-nuptial disagreement. Teams back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And teams oftentimes that come out hot or on in the first quarter struggle to maintain that throughout, such as the case tonight with Milburn. It was pretty much a last hurrah in the second quarter, and since then it has been all Asher. Down to the final 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Backdoor cut, beautifully executed, scores 24-point lead Asher. Boy, it did not seem to be that kind of game early on that this would be a potential double-up score in the fourth quarter. But we are one bucket away from such a scenario. Shoving the back is the call. However, it's against the offense, which is exceptionally rare. Usually if the offense gets waived for those types of calls, it's backing into, not shoving. Ooh, massive gap right there in between 33 and 23. Four doesn't see it. He just goes into kind of a defensive posture. But if he could have done a zig and then cut backwards, would have been a wide open lane to the hoop for somebody. Similar backdoor opening right now as 23 shifts over. 44 dropping in to close the lane. Double team against Asher. Swats the ball away. So two more free throws for the Indians, number 4 at the line. And Asher has done just almost the seemingly impossible. They've not only taken control of the game, they built a double-digit lead, and now they have doubled up Mill Creek to make it a blowout, 52-26. Very surprising second half. This was anybody's game through one and almost half of the second quarter. And Asher puts the pedal to the metal. And it will be an Asher Vanos all boys and girls championship game tomorrow. Mill Creek kicks it back in, fakes the three, spins around, tries to go in for the layup, and it'll be a rare foul called against Asher. This will put him on the free throw line to shoot two. Would like to give a OK Prep shout out for the Coleman superintendent and athletic director. Both go above and beyond hospitality. And if you are familiar with faith-based terms, a servant's heart, leadership by example. Ms. Ferguson and Mr. Tamaz, you are appreciated and admired. Coleman puts on a wonderful hospitality room, very gracious, keeps the facility nice and clean. And in many schools that I go to, superintendents are not only arrogant and disattached and exceptionally controlling and manipulative, but some of them too good to ever get in the trenches to do work. And menial labor is kind of beneath them. Not the case here in Coleman. Nicely done by Mill Creek for the bucket. Anybody that knows Bubba, they love Bubba, even though technically he's a Michael, not a Bubba. Timeout called. 2:43 remains. It is 52-29. Jump shot is on its way off the mark, no good. Wraps up the rebound, protects the ball, dribbles out of trouble, crosses midcourt, 2.5 minutes to go. I don't think he was expecting to pass back that quickly, almost knocked him out of bounds, just grabbing. Much of the crowd packing it in, at least on our side over here. Oh, beautiful defense. Would have been a guaranteed layup by number 40. 11 strips it. He'll head to the bench for the day. We'll have another substitution coming in, number 1 and 23, replacing 20 and 21. Open read, three, beautifully done. Back to a 20-point lead. So right now, Mill Creek's goal should be threefold. One, no injuries. Two, trim this lead from 23 or 26 get as close to 15 as you can. And 3, try to close the game on at least a plus side in the fourth quarter. Blocked shot. Got a little bit of arm, so it'll be 2 free throws coming up. Just a reminder, tomorrow the games will shift from 10 a.m. for the start and 8:30 for the final game, and it'll give way to an 11 a.m. tip-off, and then 6:30 p.m. will wrap up the day's games. So instead of 8 games, we'll have 6 tomorrow. Fifth, third, and first place games for the 2023 Coleman Christmas Classic. Into the paint. Jump shot is up and no good. Rebound Asher. Minute and a half to go. Asher did this at the end of the third quarter. They had a minute and 9 seconds. So we'll have about a minute and 26. We'll see if they hold and just dribble and pass out to drain the rest of the clock or if they do try to score. But they successfully held it from 109 to just under 2 seconds at the end of the third. And now they've had it for just about 15 seconds and change. And pretty content just to go ahead and pass around and play keep away. Nope, jump shot is on its way. Nails it. Well, I stand corrected. I thought that might be the goal and the game plan, but boy, they came out just blitzing. So as is a 25-point lead, and it looks like that will be the final severe onslaught that Mill Creek will face tonight. It'll end up being a 25-point victory for Asher, and we will be set tomorrow, 11 a.m., Eagletown, Mill Creek, 12:30, Eagletown, Wapanucka, 2 o'clock, Coleman, Wapanucka, 3:30, Clayton, Mill Creek, 5 o'clock, Asher, Vanos, and 6:30, Asher versus Vanos. Thank you for watching Prep Nation TV. Have a good evening. Safe trip home.